right, dude. You ready for this?
2, 1, 2, 3. Oh.
Welcome, folks.
What's up, everybody?
Good to have you back. Just gonna let it play out. Caden, welcome back to the Briones Pickleball Podcast, everybody.
What's up, squad?
If you are an avid listener, we really appreciate you coming back. And yeah, dude, what's going on?
If you're a new listener, what the heck is up?
If you're a new listener, make sure you hit that subscribe button and you give this video a like. Again, we're back for another podcast.
As always.
In the studio. Caden, have you been traveling the past couple of weeks?
Actually, yes. I have been. Went to Texas twice.
Oh, okay. For
my favorite place on the planet. Nationals and then APP. And in between that, I had a Tuesday night pickleball match. So, yeah, good amount of traveling. Went home for Thanksgiving, got really sick. That was awesome. Just puked my brains out for a solid 14 hours. But, we live and we learn. And
what did you learn there?
Not to get sick on Thanksgiving.
That sucks, man.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. But, hopefully that means I'm got my sick out of the way for a little bit.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, and a happy belated Thanksgiving, everybody.
Happy holidays.
And yeah, with Christmas, holidays coming up, we couldn't.
Don't forget Hanukkah.
Yep, we couldn't be more excited for all these holidays, but hopefully you had some good time with your family and things like that. But today, we have a really good podcast for you. We're going to be introducing a new segment. We are actually calling a Pickleball Pro Live, and we're going to be asking them a question or two.
Well, we did it with J-Dub last week, but I'm afraid a lot of you guys didn't see it because it was all the way in the back, and if you're a fake listener and don't listen to it all the way in the back, then what the hell are you doing? But you know what? We're going to start with it this time because why not?
Yeah, so last week, actually 2 weeks ago.
Oh, was it 2 weeks ago?
Two podcasts ago, we cold called, actually.
We did. Cold turkey did.
Yeah, cold called, I was going to say Dylan Frazier, J.W. Johnson, and we got some feedback from that guy.
Yeah, I good feedback too, I guess.
Yeah, so if you want to see Caden impersonate J.W., go 2 podcasts ago and go listen to the end of the show.
Or just hear our interaction because that was pretty entertaining as well.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay. So, to start off with the strategy tip, we're going to phone a friend and
see if he'll give us a good strategy tip.
And then this is going to be, let's see here.
See if he picks up.
Yeah. If he doesn't, then it'll be pretty sad.
Oh, what's up, bro?
Yo, what it do?
What it do, baby?
What it do, baby? How you doing?
Oh, if I was any better, it'd be you, old man.
Oh, what are you up to right now, huh?
Right now, actually, I basically hopped out of the shower in order to take this call because I know your calls are important.
Thanks.
Good
Jack.
man.
Well, I won't describe my situation right now, but yes, I'm.
Were you like mid-scrub?
Mid-scrub, indeed.
Wow. Well, I love you, and I appreciate you doing this. Oh, for those of you guys don't know, this is one of my very best friends in pickleball. His name is Jack Monroe. He is an absolute phenom, a true pickleball OG, but is now kind of coming into the game and taking the world by storm. He is 19 years old. He is out of Austin, Texas. He is incredibly talented, plays with both his left hand and his right hand, but dominantly his left hand. And, Jack, we're doing a little strategy tip for the folks here. Is there a strategy tip that you have that has helped you with your game or that you have told someone that has helped them in their game?
Ooh, that's a good question. Yeah, I have 2 now that I think about it. One's realistic, one's not. The first one is be lefty or invest in a lefty because lefty stock is only going up from here. And if you have a big edge when you are paired up with a lefty.
Okay, so I'm naturally left-handed. Should I be looking to possibly switch to my opposite hand?
Yeah, so you done screwed up there playing righty.
That's yeah.
So that's
I
why
agree.
you had to grab me. yeah, for sure. Work on that. Or at least the overhead for you, since you could throw lefty.
Oh, dude, I told you I'm working on it, man. I got to get the timing right and everything. I usually get the timing right. The last 2 tournaments, I've whipped it out and I've just hit it so damn hard I missed it. But
yeah.
and of course, it's the weekend that you of course have to witness it. So that makes it even better. So.
Yes.
Yes,
I really hope they plug in a compilation of your missed overheads right there.
Oh my god, dude! Just the last weekend alone, I think that we'd have a compilation. But what's your second tip?
The second tip, one of the things that I'm working on, I actually got it from one of the goats themselves, is to cock your wrist back in order to be more stable when you're hitting backhand drops.
Oh.
It's a bit more nuanced. It's a bit less talked about. When you think about hitting third shot drops, that's not what you think of. But it really helps me because, especially with, our younger selves being a bit more wristy than these old folks. Typically, I have a looser wrist, but when I cock my wrist back, it really helps me be a bit more accurate and stable with my backhand drops.
The backhand drops, I love it. And you use the two-hander, so it's mostly topspin for you on the backhand side. Or even, especially on your dinks, you go pretty heavy side spin. So when you're cocking your wrist, that's for the slice, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Jack, I appreciate you, dog.
Of course, dog. I'll do this anytime.
Anytime?
Well, not in the shower time.
Oh.
Not scrub time. But
Okay.
any other time.
How does next week sound?
Yeah. Well, awesome, Dub. Thanks for the call.
Absolutely.
Not expecting this, but yeah, I'll talk to you later.
You're all good. All right. Love you, dog.
Perfect. Love you too.
All right. Peace out.
All right, there you go. Some live interaction there with Jack Monroe. We should have teed it up in the beginning of the show, but so Jack, for those of you who don't know him, he was actually one of the OG, one of the youngest 5.0 players. Like
youngest.
Yeah.
Originally, the youngest 5.0 pickleball player in all of pickleball.
Yeah, and that was like 6 years ago. It was a while ago.
Yeah, 6 years ago. I think that's right, because he was 13. He's 19 now.
Yeah, so when I met Jack, he was about right here maybe to me.
A little chubbier.
And now he's a full-grown boy. And
he's still a fetus, but...
yeah, and no. So Jack is someone that you've partnered up with Caden on the APP or PPA as well.
We were, I think, we've only played APPs together. He mostly plays APPs because he's on the next gen team for the APP. So he gets some pretty cool benefits with all of that and kind of playing APPs. And so we were supposed to play one PPA, but that ended up not working out, unfortunately.
Sure. And Jack actually got drafted to the MLP.
He got signed. Yeah.
He got signed.
Yeah.
And he's a really great player.
I think he will undoubtedly get drafted in this upcoming draft.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, well, he's definitely got the skills, and that's cool.
I'd put money on it.
All right. Well, it's cool you got to play with him, and like you said, or like you heard, he's one of your closest friends on the tour. I think that's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Any other closer friends that you have on the tour? Because there's a lot of, I just wonder, right? Obviously, I know at the top of the top, some players are friendly, some are not, don't really like to be friends with their opponents, but who are you kind of closer with on the tour, or who are you kind of, you have that bond?
Yeah, that's a great question. I would say I'm friends with a good amount of people. I can honestly say I don't have beef with anybody. Like, I don't dislike anybody. Obviously, not everybody is always as nice as others.
Yeah.
I would say I have a really close bond with Riley, especially just since his best friend, his brother is my best friend, and like I've just gotten to kind of know Riley better in terms of like family and everything like that, and how close he is with his family. And obviously I'm a big family guy too, so it kind of has made our bond a little bit more special, and I've got to hang out with him a little bit more. And of course, when I go to tournaments that he's also at. We get to, hang out, dab up, talk it out, and if we can, we like to hang out, when the tournament is over and everything, but special occasions, I would also say I'm pretty tight with Tyson. I actually went to his wedding back when he got married in 2019 or something. But yeah, I would say like top names that you guys probably know, those are probably the top 2 guys.
Nice. I like that, dude.
And then, of course, I have my Arizona crew out here, and they're freaking awesome.
The AZ crew?
Yep.
All right. Mm-hmm. Well, let's kind of expand a little bit on talking about strategy. We don't have to talk a lot about the lefties, but actually the first thing that you talked about was the lefty thing, how that lefty stock is going up. And I think it was, I'm sure others, but the notable one that I could think of is Ben Johns kind of mentioning, a lefty righty team is going to be tough to deal with when these teams start to get really, really good. The ones that I could think of right now, I mean, really, besides Stacksrud and Tellez, I don't know if there's any other true lefty righty teams that train with each other.
Yeah.
Is there any other besides that right now?
I think a good one to kind of put on notice was Tyler and James Ignatowicz at Nationals.
Yes.
They made a very good run, made it to the semis.
And that's when they actually almost beat the Johns.
Took
right?
Ben and Colin to 5, right. Yeah.
So what, and the Kawamotos.
Kawamotos.
So Jackie and Jade, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what makes a righty and lefty team a threat? And, why can that be like beneficial for a team?
Yeah. Well, when you're playing a traditional team that's maybe 2 righties on the court, you're going to find balls where you can attack middle a little bit more. And with a lefty and righty combo, it actually takes away almost every attack down the middle. You really can't just attack middle when you feel like it, because no matter how good you place it, there's a forehand sitting ready, as long as they obviously know their roles, right? And obviously pros, they know their roles. So when you are, trying to attack middle, it's a very dangerous spot, because even if you catch the guy in front of you off guard, there's a person right behind them saying, hey, thanks so much, and smacking a forehand for a winner on you. And so it makes things harder, because obviously you always kind of want to apply pressure and attack in the middle, and you can't always do that when there's a lefty and righty combo. And then you're like, oh, well, shoot, like, where can I attack? Okay, you can attack down the sidelines because now you have backhands, but let's be honest. Do you want to flirt with the sideline, the whole game when you're trying to be aggressive and attack?
Yeah, so quick tip for those of you novices or beginners, even intermediates. Again, just like Caden said, a lot of the attacks at higher levels go, at the body, a little bit to the wings on the left to the right, but a lot of the attacks finish through the middle or get, pulled into the middle at some point, the middle of the court. Mm-hmm. So that's what Caden's talking about. Just a quick question on that, Caden. When I think of a lefty and righty team, I could think about how deadly it could be, right? Like you just said.
For sure.
But when you have a system, kind of like the Johns, right? Where you have Ben covering the middle of the court with his forehand, and one of the things that I teach players, or I talk about a lot, I think I'm going to do a video on this at some point, but controlling the middle balls. So one of the things that I think that makes Ben and Colin really hard to beat is Ben takes those balls in the middle, and I'm not talking about high balls, just dinks.
Yeah.
And he controls it and kind of uses his puppetry, right, to really work the point.
For sure.
And then when you have Colin on the even side or the right side of the court, he just basically slides and just takes backhands for all his counters. So when you're playing a system like that, what makes that like really hard to beat, and how is that different, you think, than a lefty and righty?
Wow. Well, so
that's a loaded question.
It is a loaded question, but there's actually, believe it or not, there's a lot of lot of strengths to what Ben does. And obviously, I mean, Ben is the one and only who can probably do it. But because Ben's court coverage is so good, it really does allow Colin to have a really easy setup roll. And I don't mean easy as in like, oh yeah, anybody can do it. All right.
Sure.
I just mean it as like it keeps Colin's roll in terms of what he needs to be really, really solid at to help Ben out that much easier.
Yes.
Right. And so, and let's be honest here, Colin by himself is a great player, right? He just needs to know which balls I'm taking. And if it's here and here and here and even a little bit in here, I can slide over and hit that ball. Everything else I can kind of leave for Ben because I know he's going to be covering that and closing on that.
Sure.
Now, obviously, if he were left-handed, oh my God, that'd be scary. But I don't even think it's necessary.
Well, it's interesting. If Colin were left-handed, I just wonder what the dynamic would be. I mean, we'll have to see, right? But I don't think it would be the same.
I don't even think Ben would want Colin to be left-handed.
Yeah, it'd be
because
really...
I think Ben likes taking a few more balls and being a little bit more aggressive and being able to kind of say, okay, well, hey, this ball, typically would be, my partner's ball, but I'm going to kind of come in here and force a little bit of chaos to kind of see how they handle it.
Yeah, and if Colin were a lefty, a lot of balls come in the middle. I think Colin would have to take more.
Right.
Right, and then he would have to be more aggressive with his dinks.
Yep.
Which he could probably be if he was lefty. And then he couldn't slide the same way when he's attacking.
For sure.
So what would he do? Would he slide right to open up his forehand? I don't know. I actually think it works the way that they're doing it.
Right.
It'd just be really interesting to see that.
Well, and typically the left side is going to play a little bit more court.
Yeah.
Generally.
If you have a right-hander.
Right.
On the left side.
On the left side, right.
Yeah.
So that being said, I mean, I really like playing the right side, and I've played the right side with a few partners, and I don't know why. I always manage to find left-handed pickleball players, so I'm always playing the left, but I actually really enjoy playing the right, and I've played the right with Michael Lloyd. Off the top of my head, I've played with Michael Lloyd, and I've played with Brandon French. Brandon French is one of those guys who plays a little bit more court, really uses his length to his advantage, and it kind of just allows me to kind of play that Colin roll a little bit more. Michael, obviously not as big, not as long, but he's so freakishly athletic and so quick to the ball that I can play kind of that same role as Colin as well. It's just be steady, clean up counters on the backhand side, looking to slide.
Sure. Sure. Good.
But yeah.
Yeah. No, I really like that. I think there's an episode. Maybe we can go dive deep into left side rolls, right side rolls.
Yeah.
But we'll do that in different podcasts. But we're going to get to really quick on what Jack was talking about on his backhand. He said backhand slice or lift, third shot drops. And the thing that I think he was referring to is he said like cocking your wrist a little bit more.
Yeah, really, really cocking the wrist.
So, and it's funny that one of the people that do this the best is probably Ben Johns.
Yep.
He really makes sure, and what that means, by the way, and actually, I see a lot of players, like beginner players, like hitting their drops like this straight.
Oh, for sure.
You don't have a lot of control this way. So when I say a cocked wrist, I kind of an easy way to get in this position is it's just if I had a fist.
Right.
What I kind of show people. And then in this position, obviously we're now lifting or slicing with our shoulder only.
Right.
And it's very, very stable. So that's what Jack was talking about. But when it comes to consistency, right, Caden, we're talking about, trying to hit consistent balls. And we want we actually want the least amount of variables as possible.
True.
So I think that's why I'm having that cocked wrist. And you'll see most players on their slice, on their control shots, you will see their wrists being very, very stable. Any thoughts from you?
No, for sure. And well, I mean, as a beginner, you're not really sure what to do with your wrist. So obviously, like when we teach, we're going to try and tell you like, hey, try and keep the wrist as quiet as possible. Don't really let it go. But as you get better, I mean, even with us, we use our wrist for shots.
Yeah.
So, knowing when to use your wrist and knowing when to kind of quiet it down and when it needs to be cocked and everything like that is really important. And he mentioned that, the wrist cock does really kind of stabilize things. It does, right? Because there's no movement here, which means from here, it's just all how you swing your paddle from there, right? So when players don't know how to use their wrist, it just makes our paddle face go in all these different places, which then sends the balls in different places. So the cocked wrist, whether it's cocked or even just relaxed but stiffer, that's always going to add stability to what you're trying to do.
Yeah, like it, man. All right. So, Jack, again, thank you for joining. Comment below if you want us to, what pros would you like to hear from? All right.
It's true. I have a lot of them in my contacts.
Yeah. I know we're just doing phone calls right now. We would love to have, maybe we'll have them on Zoom, Skype calls or whatever. But, phone calls, hey, it's personal. It's personal.
It is personal.
All right. So now we're going to hop in. Just want to mention here, or anything else you want to mention, or anything new, Caden, what's going on?
Nothing too crazy right now. I would just like to give a quick shout out to our sponsors because,
all right,
heck yeah, why not?
All right. So who we got?
Well, first up we have. Just kidding. We have Selkirk Sport, the best paddle brand in all of pickleball. Personally, that's my opinion.
Thank you, Selkirk. Thank you.
Selkirk. You guys are the bomb. Thank you for your constant support.
Yeah. So like this paddle right here, we got the Vanguard.
Pretty nice, huh?
Vanguard Epic. Now it's funny because you just put this on, Caden.
What?
And no.
Hold on.
So you just put this on the table and it had this lead tape on it, and I put this.
What did you put on it?
I put this purple tape around it, man. Comment below. He doesn't like the look, but comment below if you think that is looking pretty good there. Okay. Huh?
Yeah.
All right. But anyways, shout out to Selkirk. Thank you for all you do. And then. There we go. Okay. What I do want to mention really quick is our Briones Pickleball Intensives here. For those of you watching, Caden and I teach these exclusive VIP 2-day intensives, 4-to-1 ratio here. People would travel from all across the country.
It's true.
We do over 5 hours on court of training, and we have some hours training off the court too. We have lunch with you, dinners with you, and we actually are dedicated to getting to know you as a player. We obviously, do a pre-intensive Zoom call, so we meet you and go over your specific goals, your specific strengths, your weaknesses, how we can try to help you maximize what you have and also build on those weaknesses.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anything you want to mention about the 2-day intensive so far and you want to tell the folks that may be interested? Kaden?
Yeah, I would just, all I would add is besides the pre-intensive calls to kind of get to know you better, we just have like such a good time in those 2 days. It's 5 hours each day. So 5 hours on Friday, 5 hours on Saturday, and then we get to do lunches, we get to do dinners. So it is a lot of pickleball. It's a lot of talking about pickleball, but
hey, but that's what they're there for, man. They're there to improve.
Exactly. If you guys are all about pickleball, then this is something that you guys I think will really enjoy. And of course, after it, we do some pretty cool stuff with you guys where we get to, kind of write up some
action
plans for you to continue to work on. And we do some fun videos and whatnot. And yeah.
Nice, man. All right. So if you'd like to join a 2-day pickleball, a VIP exclusive Briones Pickleball Intensive, sign up in the description below or just go to brioneспickleball.com. You could find it there. Nextly, before we hop into some really, really...
Did you say Nextly?
Yeah, Nextly. It's a new word. We got My Pickleball Coach. Link will be in the description as well. Colin.
Kim Smith with the duper of 2.5. Kim, what are you doing?
So yeah, if you have a duper score of 2.5, or if you have a duper score that you
look who it is
that you definitely want raised, okay, this is a platform. This is an available coaching opportunity for you. So, get coached by the Briones Pickleball team. That's all I got to say. Again, it's a app where you can send in your footage, and then, players will send in the footage. Our team will review the footage. We will coach you on technique, strategy, different kinds of things. So if you're interested in that, go check that out. That's it. That's all. Okay. Sponsors we talked about. Now we're going to get to a live version of TNP.
Oh my God.
We're hopping right in. So let's.
Oh my God. I'm so nervous.
Let's set the stage here. So we're gonna set the stage. Caden, why don't we tell people who haven't been listening, Tuesday Night Pickleball, let's talk about it a little bit, and let's talk about your team and the current situation.
So
Tuesday Night Pickleball
I'm so nervous.
It's a professional pickleball league.
Correct.
That Jigsaw in the Orchard started. Shout out to Patrick Ashley there. It's
Jigsaw Health, baby.
Yeah, it's all the top pros in Arizona, and they're good.
Yeah,
they're good. So we got some really high quality matches.
Competing for
a
lot on the line.
And Caden, your team, the Scottsdale Scorchers, is in Jeopardy right now.
Well, we're currently in 4th place.
Yeah. So
and we're holding on to a playoff spot right now.
This is a live. We're actually it actually just finished, but we are gonna actually watch.
I don't know who won, and I'm nervous as heck.
Yeah. So
basically, if Surprise wins this right here, they're in a dream breaker, which means they split mixed and they split gender dubs. If Surprise wins this right here, even though technically we beat Surprise already, they would win because they don't go head-to-head first. So typically in standings, it always goes wins, losses, head-to-head, then point differential. The Orchard completely scratched head-to-head and said we're going off point differential. So if Surprise wins this, I'm not going to be in the playoffs, and I'm going to be pretty pissed, and I'm probably going to cut this podcast short. Okay.
Okay, so here it is. Again, Caden's not playing tonight. His foes here are playing, and we're just going to see. We'll just watch a couple points here. We won't keep it going. From those of you listening, we'll give you just a short little play-by-play. Again, we got the Gilbert Gladiators and then the Surprise Stingers.
Yeah.
These are teams that are on the Tuesday Night Pickleball League Arizona Pickleball League. Sorry.
What did you say?
Tuesday Night Pickleball League.
I mean, Tuesday Night Pickleball, Arizona Pickleball League. Yeah.
But anyways, here we go. So they have kind of like a dream breaker, very similar to MLP.
Yeah, we call it match breaker.
Okay, so it's a match breaker. So how does this? What's the difference in Tuesday Night's Pickleball's dream or match?
There's
breaker?
no difference. It goes to 15.
It goes to 15.
Oh my god.
Okay, so we got the Stingers here up 8-7.
Who's that in?
And it was called in.
Oh my god.
So we got 8-8 here. We're gonna keep it moving here. And Augie.
Yup.
Shout out to Augie. Is it really Guh or is it Gee?
Guh.
Okay, shout out to Augie Guh. You know what? Augie, I think I plan to have you on the podcast sometime. I didn't tell you that, but he is one of the top players now.
Oh, for sure.
In the
it's too good.
He's one of the top players in
Nico.
Arizona now.
He's playing Nico right now. Nico's, I think, the highest rated duper wise singles player in Arizona. So I'm kind of excited to see how this goes.
Yeah. So shout out to Nico.
Get there. You are so slow, Augie. Ugh.
Nico Montoya.
So obviously you guys know I need Gilbert to win this. So I'm gonna be. Ooh.
All right, so it's 9-9, and actually, I'm probably just to hype this up and speed this up. But singles tips, as we are watching this, Caden, we want to keep it
what
good.
A drop.
We want to keep it good for the viewers. Let's give out some singles tips.
For sure.
So, what would your top 3 singles tips be? So, for those of you who play singles, you can listen to this. Caden, go.
Serve big, return big.
Ooh.
All right. I would say always look. Oh, it hit the roof. Let's go. Always look to mix up your returns. I think a lot of people tend to. Whoa! What just happened? Did you skip it,
bro? Finish the thought, man.
So, I was watching too. Always mix up your returns, as in, a lot of people tend to just hit to the backhand because it's weaker, but opening up the court with different types of returns. So returning to the forehand, maybe returning towards the middle.
Yeah.
Always look to mix it up. You never know what you might find.
Yeah.
Sometimes people's best shots don't always work out for them, especially in singles, and they know they have to cover the whole court. So always look to mix it up. And then the biggest thing I would say is
okay.
The biggest thing I would say is short compact volleys. We never ever need to hit big volleys for winners. I always like to say, you don't ever need to be perfect in singles, so should always look to keep your volleys fairly short and compact, and think more. Oh my God, think more pressure and keeping it low and sharp instead of trying to hit some big winner. So keeping the volleys out here instead of back here.
Okay. All right. Unless you're hitting a swinging volley, I mean, you could definitely swing big.
I mean, if it's a pop-up, obviously swing big. But, typically people are going to be driving at you because they know you have to cover a whole court. So.
Okay. So those tips there, I'm going to keep going, Caden.
Yeah.
Big serve, big return. We talked about it. And, again, placement is going to be key when it comes to singles because you're covering the whole court. And for those of you who actually don't play singles at all, it is actually it will really benefit your game because it will help develop those ground strokes that you may or may not use all the time, and it will improve your serves and returns. It will. Okay, so if you're listening to this, remember, people are listening to this not looking at it, and they're hearing these weird sounds from you, Caden.
Oh.
So
I
just want you to keep that in mind, sir. Okay? All right?
I make a lot of weird noises. I'm sorry.
So.
Oh, my God. That's so good.
So why Caden is very engaged right now is this is basically he's walking the line of being eliminated in the Arizona Pickleball
This is
League.
if I make the playoffs or not.
So we're 1 point away, 14-13. We got the Gilbert Gladiators.
Oh my God.
And if they win this, it is OVE.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
R over. Don't miss that, please. Okay. So they won it. Right?
Yes. Let's go.
Wait, they won it.
We won.
Oh my gosh.
Oh
my gosh. Wait, so is it over? Okay, wait. So hold on. So we're gonna recap everybody.
I'm in the playoffs, baby.
Hold on.
I'm in the playoffs.
We got some music to play.
We're in the playoffs.
We got some music to play here. Okay, we gotta celebrate here. We gotta celebrate. Okay. I like that.
Uh-huh.
All right, so Caden, so what is this officially? So are you in?
We are in the playoffs.
So because
my God.
Because Surprise Stingers lost, you and Passateoni, who are your other teammates?
Jess Wilcox and Krista.
Shout out to Jess and Krista. But you guys you lucked out today.
Oh my God.
You lucked out. Go to Tuesday Night Pickleball if you want to see some pro Arizona pickleball matches. And also, I do want to mention, go to Arizona Pickleball now to see Caden play in the playoffs.
That's right. We are actually going to be taking on the Gladiators, so...
Okay. Well, there you go.
Oof.
Well, shout out to the Gilbert Gladiators. Shout out to the Orchard at Jigsaw Health. And Caden, I actually did not have that much faith in the Gladiators, but they pulled it off.
Well, so what's crazy is...
I forgot Augie was on there. I totally forgot, so that's why.
I was not worried about the Gladiators until I found out they had 2 subs tonight.
Oh.
They didn't even have their, full team, so I thought for a second, they were trying to butcher us or
okay,
sabotage the whole operation here.
Well, there you go. Check out Tuesday Night Pickleball. I'm sure you could Google it. We're gonna follow Caden on his pro Arizona pickleball journey.
I can take my diaper off now,
and he is ecstatic, as you can see.
Oh
all right,
my God,
we're hopping in. We're hopping out. So that was live. So for those of you again that are watching or listening, that was big time.
Did I give singles tips? No, I'm just kidding. Barely.
Okay. We may or may not do that again live because that was a little much.
That was crazy.
All right. So
sorry. I know you guys don't think so, but
yeah,
that was crazy.
All right. So MLP, we're going to talk a little bit about MLP and the PPA. And we got some stuff going on here. For those of you who are following, we got MLP and PPA salary cuts. Major League Pickleball and PPA have asked players. Wow,
that's true.
At least they're asking, huh? Asked players to cut their 2024 wages significantly. Very interesting word there. Very not precise word there. While MLP parted ways with the commissioner Brooks Wiley on Tuesday. Now Brooks is with PPA?
MLP.
Oh. So are MLP and PPA still, are they
I think they've
apart?
I think they've figured it out. I think they have figured it out. I think they're all good and groovy. I think now they just like put so much money on the table that they clearly didn't have, and now they're like, hey guys, we offered you this, but could you like not accept that?
Yeah, so it's going to be really interesting actually to see what happens with that. And I've talked to a few pro players, and it's not looking the greatest especially for people who kind of needed that money.
Yeah.
Well,
there was
we'll see what happens.
You know how player contracts are obviously a part of every sport that you watch, right? NBA, the players get 40% of whatever the NBA makes, right? You know what pickleball players, the percentage that pickleball players would have made compared to what Major League Pickleball would have made?
What, dude? What?
So, typically, the players will get paid out 40% of whatever MLP makes.
Sure.
MLP was going to be paying out 238%, which means they went way overboard. Even if they made $1 million, they were paying way more than $2 million.
Sure.
Right?
Well, there's not enough money in the game yet.
Right. I think it'll get there.
Yeah.
I think it'll get there for sure. I mean, obviously, it's not a question of if; it's just a matter of when. But yeah, it sounded all great and groovy for us players, and then went down the drain.
Well, we'll have to see. We'll definitely have to see what's up there. And Caden, any future tournaments coming up for you? What does the rest of your year look like? I mean, this is the end of the year. We're past Thanksgiving, in between Thanksgiving and Christmas. And what does 2024 look like for you?
2024 is going to be packed. I don't have any more tournaments the rest of this year, which is nice. I get to kind of just relax now, work on a few things, train, get my body right, and start 2024 off strong. My first tournament in 2024 is the Masters in Palm Springs, so I'm excited for that, getting ready for that, even though it is a little bit of ways away. And I got a big 2024 coming up.
How many tournaments scheduled as of now?
I think right now 23.
Wow. All right, 23. So that's almost 2 a month, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy.
All right. So there's that. PPA tournaments for me. Thank you, Caden, for asking.
Jordan, are you playing any?
Oh, thank you.
Tournaments?
Thank you,
Caden.
No, I'm actually not.
You're actually a dad.
Yeah, dad times 3.
Yep.
But not just that. There's a lot. Actually, people ask me all the time, am I gonna be playing some tournaments?
Oh, I bet.
I get asked all the time. I would honestly like to. At this stage of the business, of this stage of everything I'm doing, it's really tough to get away. And it's just a huge commitment right now.
I feel like you'd love it. Yeah. I feel like you'd absolutely love it, and you'd feel like you're 27 again, and competing like
I would.
you used to back in the day.
I would. As things change, priorities change, it's kind of it becomes a little bit different. But
isn't that wild though? Like, let's talk about just like 2017 Jordan. 2017 Jordan was considered like
Jordan was quick.
Dude, Jordan was.
I'm still pretty quick though.
We used to call him lightning. I'm just kidding. Okay, that was made up. But no, Jordan used to be like a really, really, really good singles player. Like everybody
used to.
Okay, well, I mean,
bro.
Like top 7 in the world. Like used to be really good. Like top 7.
That was before all the talent came in, though.
Well, also, but also at the same time, like I think you just had Josiah.
Yeah.
So it was a little bit easier to manage. And also, I think being a pro pickleball player was basically just playing like 3 tournaments a year.
Yeah. I mean, it was fun back then, man. That was when the Ben Johns of the world, the Tysons, and we all started at the same time. So
yeah.
And the community was really tight back then.
It was.
It was so small.
It was really small.
Comment below if you've been in the game more than 7 years. Because if you have, that was the golden days.
Yep. If you where was the original nationals hosted? If you guys know the answer to this,
comment below.
Either you're a pickleball OG or you just looked it up.
Or did we just do a history pickleball question?
Absolutely, we did.
Okay, I like that. Comment below what first original nationals?
Where the original nationals was, and I don't even really know if it was the first one for me. So I don't.
No. You're right. You're right.
Was it the first?
No. That's
it's the first one for me. First one for you.
All right. Yeah. All right. Comment below if you knew where the national was before Indian Wells. There we go.
Okay, that's a little.
That's
just
a better.
Gave it away there, but
Yeah. Okay. So there's that. Yeah. So I'm not. Yeah. I would. In the future we'll see. We'll see tournaments. We'll see. Right now coaching is the thing, man.
Yeah.
Coaching. I love helping players. Players keep coming to me, so I'm not going to turn them down. I want to help them with their game.
Just going to get down and dirty.
All right. So wheel spin.
Uh-oh. Here we go.
Here we go, Caden.
Was that a good one?
I
feel like I can do better.
Sure. What do we got?
Oh, Selkirk paddle of the day.
Oh, Selkirk paddle of the day.
I feel like we should do one more just cause.
Yeah,
but
we will.
Selkirk paddle of the day. We're gonna bring up my paddle.
All right, Caden. Let's talk about the epic Vanguard Power Air.
Well, first and foremost, folks, this paddle right here is my baby. All right, her name is Sheila. She doesn't actually have a name, but this is a very, very good poppy paddle for you offensive pickleball players. Oh man, how do I even describe her? She pops like no other. I'm sorry. I'm genuinely like in love with my paddle. But no, this is a very poppy paddle, very offensive paddle. If you like to get into hands battles and quick exchanges, this is a very good paddle for you. If you feel like you lack power, then this is your guy. If you have good power, then maybe you want something a little bit softer to help with the control game.
Sure.
I will be honest, my control game, I feel very comfortable with it, which is why I'm able to use something a little bit poppier. But if you do struggle with control, I don't know if I would recommend this one specifically.
Let me see it
to you.
So Epic, they have 2 different versions. And they have Epic and then the Invicta, which most of the pros play with. The little bit longer paddle face. Caden, you actually like playing with this one because it's closer to your hand a little bit, that sweet spot, and you like that wider paddle face. For
a little bit more centered and balanced.
Maybe a little bit, maybe bigger sweet spot. I'm not sure, but it actually stretches a sweet spot, we would say a little bit.
Yeah, I'll give it to you.
I actually wouldn't recommend this to a total beginner.
I wouldn't either.
Again, when it comes to paddles, there's a whole bunch out there, and I think that especially when you start the game, control is huge. The reason why we're seeing at least the Selkirk sponsored players, obviously, with this kind of paddle is because the fast game is so important and counters.
Yeah.
I mean, we just, at the highest level, if you're not playing pro of the pro, you need the poppiness, and we're seeing paddles become more and more powerful. But
for sure,
especially if you're a beginner, I would recommend something a little bit softer. right?
Yeah.
There's we got some Halos, SOK Halos, a whole bunch of other paddle brands that go check out our paddle reviews. All right, go check them out on our channel.
Do it.
But there you go, paddle of the day. How about a couple more spins?
All right, here we go. Pickleball pickup lines.
Pickleball pickup, baby.
Shoot. Oh, shoot.
All right. Caden, hit me with one, and let's pretend we're just strolling around. Okay, we're strolling around the Nationals here, and you kind of see me, and maybe you think I'm cute or something. I don't know. What you got? Caden? So I'm just over here waiting on a corn dog here.
You're waiting on a corn dog? Wow, how flattering. Hey, girl.
What's up?
What you doing? You're getting a corn dog. Anyways, maybe later we can take this back to my place where we can light some scented candles, pop a bottle of wine, and discuss the pickleball rule changes of 2024.
Oh my gosh, dude. Did you have to pick the most terrible? What kind of line is that?
I don't know. It was between that and if you show me your duper, I'll show you mine. What do you want from me?
Okay, I like that. All right. If you show me your dupers, yeah. I don't know. One more, Caden. More, Caden. That was pretty bad. We're going to find better ones. Oh my gosh.
Oh.
All right. What do we got?
Rule of the day.
Rule of the day. For those of you who don't know, well, let's just clarify some house rules here.
Sure.
Right?
I'm down for that.
Let's first talk about. There's two things that come to mind.
Okay.
Now you tell me if we should go into depth, Caden. But there's two rules that come to mind that people get wrong all the time.
Go for it.
Number one, it has to do with the serve.
Yeah.
Okay. And then the second one, I think of obviously is a non-volley zone. But which one should we dive into here? What should we dive into here?
I'll start. You want? Is that okay?
Sure, go ahead, man.
Okay. Well, here's one of the biggest problems I have with beginners teaching pickleball. All right, because they never actually explain this correctly. Why is this up?
It's just up.
I really don't like that photo of me. But anyways.
Okay.
Anyways, I hear all the time, and when I teach, almost every beginner player brings this up because it is a constant confusion. All right.
Okay.
And that is people telling other players that you are not allowed to step into the kitchen unless the ball bounces in the kitchen. All right. Now, that is absolutely false because you can step in the kitchen if the ball doesn't bounce in the kitchen.
Or non-volley zone if you don't know what we're talking about. Interchangeable.
Right. Yep. You can step into the non-volley zone whenever the heck you want. Sure. Whether the ball is bouncing or whether the ball is not bouncing. All right? The only one thing that you can't do is hit the ball in the air while you're in the non-volley zone. That's the only thing you can't do. All right?
There you go, folks. Non-volley zone. So just like Caden said, just to clarify, if you volley the ball and your feet are in the non-volley zone, or you volley the ball and your momentum is carrying you into the non-volley zone, or there's other rules here to not make it really confusing. But basically, you could camp out in the kitchen. You can stay in the non-volley zone.
You could live there
as much as you want. You could play the whole point there from start to finish, as long as you don't volley the ball in the air. There you go.
Yeah. That's all I got to say.
There it is. Rule of the day. So tell your friends, okay? Tell your friends that you can be in the kitchen
whenever I want.
Any freaking time you want.
That's right.
Okay? Just don't volley in there. And if you do, make sure the ref doesn't see you. Right?
That's right. And make sure you call him a B word after.
B as in bestie.
Yep.
All right. Here we go. Caden, thanks, man. And for everyone listening here, we just want to tell you how much we appreciate everybody here at the Briones Pickleball Podcast. Seriously, we appreciate everyone. I would like everyone to kind of comment below what episodes as we plan the new year of 2024.
Ooh.
we want to add different segments. We want to add new things to talk about. Now, we've talked about this before, Caden. You know, there's a lot of podcasts out there, but, you know, we really want to be the voice of instruction and really helping people with their game.
Pickleball growth.
Yeah, and also, you know, throw in there some news, throw in there some here, because there's all these pickleball podcasts talking about all the drama, talking about all this stuff. Now,
we know you guys like the drama.
Yeah. Again, that's great. We don't want to make that our thing. So we are dedicated to helping you improve. And yes, we could maybe get more clicks by talking about all drama stuff. But you know, we just wanna be here for you guys. All right.
Want to share the love of pickleball.
There you go. So again, thanks so much for watching, everybody. We will see you in the next episode.
Scorchers in the playoffs, baby.
Let's go.